Oh my God! Oceans, jungles, cities, or villages. There is no place safe from weird creatures and things just waiting to appear and happen. From a fish trapped inside a jellyfish and a cuddly moray eel to pterosauruses and fog monsters, we have for you moments, if not caught on camera, no one would have believed. The undead fish. A fish which apparently is all dead and dry to the bones. No sign of life in it. And then suddenly, when the man pours some water on it, it's alive again. Or was it even dead in the first place? Doesn't it look really weird when you watch it? This actually is a suckermouth catfish, or more commonly known as pleco, and their special ability is that they can easily survive up to 20 hours without dying out of the water. So yes, even if they look all dried up and scaly, they are not really dead, and just waiting for someone to put them back in the water, I suppose. Before moving any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. A galloping crocodile. Just when I started to think that nature cannot surprise me anymore, videos like this come up, and I am just there wondering, what else have I not seen? And about this video, well, people used to think they could outrun crocodiles because they were famous for being strong, but slow at least. But not now, because apparently, crocs have learned ways of galloping and hopping like dogs, and they have become faster and stronger. So, beware, people.
Chiquita! Come here, girl.
A trapped fish. The ocean, deep or shallow, is just full of mysterious things. For instance, look at this clip. Two little fishes were seen traveling inside a jellyfish. Now, that jellyfish isn't a soft-hearted thing who just thought it would be good to give these fishes a ride. In fact, the jellyfish produces a venom, a pretty deadly type of venom. And little do the fishes know, they need to get out of their hiding spot, or else they might dissolve in there without ever knowing. Colugo. Now, this weird-looking creature you're seeing right here is a colugo, and I'm certain if they had not caught it on camera, it might have just lived as a scary, mythical creature. I mean, look at it. It's clingy, it's huge, it's loud with a very creepy voice. And the webbed hands and legs. There's not a single thing I find adorable here. And the one in this video had a unique pattern and is clung onto the guy's bulldozer, maybe asking for a lift. Snake climbing a tree. This video was posted on the internet in 2017, and while some people thought he was doing a pole dance, others thought the snake was being less appreciated for his smartness. Maybe he was going to get the monkeys, or maybe just to eat some birds' eggs. We are not sure, as whoever was recording the video did not try to capture the whole thing. Ghost fishes. This fish is called the ghost fish, and it is completely transparent. Like if you were to swim by it in a hurry or something, there's no way you would notice it. The organs, the brain, the bones, everything in there is completely and totally transparent. This diver encountered the ghost fish while diving in Marsalifhorn Bay in Malta. And as we can see, not even the eyes are prominent, like it is just made to be hidden from everyone and everything. Free fall. A security camera in northern Mexico captured a strange moment when hundreds of birds fell from the sky and died at the spot. These were yellow-headed blackbirds, and a huge flock of them were headed south. And while some of them recovered from the fall, a huge amount of them just did not and could not move. It does look like a free fall or something, but the zookeeper nearby said that these birds were actually on the run from some predator.
Best guess is this is a predator. This is a hawk or a falcon that's come into the flock.
The actual reason for this mass demise still remains unknown. A pterosaur. Despite being an amateur video from an unidentified source, this one seems ideal to be included in our list. I mean, could you have believed it if I told you there was a pterosaur lurking in the skies? Fossilized pterosaurs are well recognized thanks to movies. They were the greatest flying creatures ever, but sadly we no longer get to witness them. Most of the time, I mean. Some people did witness it, and fortunately, they also captured it on camera. Am I glad we've got the footage? What do you think of this clip? Do you believe it could be authentic, or do you believe it was made for publicity purposes only? The fog creature. Fog reduces vision, which not only makes accidents more likely, but also provides the ideal hiding place for monsters. In June 2020, a French resident recorded this footage after noticing an odd-looking object in the sky. It appears to be in midair, like a huge centipede, and is almost appearing to be moving into the fog. Since this video was captured from a location where the fog had less of an impact, it can really be seen perfectly disguised within thick fog. What do you guys think about this video? Do let us know in the comments below. Ghost shark. Found mostly in Australia, the ghost shark is something just out of this world. They have large, high-set eyes and club-like structures at the end of their snouts. They are sure to give you nightmares if you ever encounter one in real life. Though if you look from afar, it might look like a swimming dragon, just with very big eyes. This species was not discovered for quite a long time, as they live in deep waters and are termed as ancient fish. Ninja rats. The kangaroo rat or ninja rat is a name for little rodents that are commonly found in the desert, hopping in a way resembling kangaroos. There is a good risk that these little ninjas will be discovered by snakes when they emerge in search of a meal, exactly like this one did. However, the snakes are unaware that their size should not be misinterpreted. As they have enormous legs and an extremely quick reaction time, the kangaroo rats can easily kick the snake out of the path. Therefore, it's not something that snakes can readily or even catch at all. A giant anaconda. This clip went viral on the internet when people saw a huge anaconda trying to cross the road in the middle of the day and in the presence of many humans. They were getting down from their cars and trying to stop the approaching vehicles to let the reptile slither wherever it wanted to. This happened in Brazil in 2019, and the snake wasn't something you would get to witness every day trying to cross the road. It was a 4-meter long one and had to weigh around 66 pounds easily. 300 snakes. India might be famous as a place of culture and colors, but what most people do not know is that it is also a place of strange and weird phenomena. For instance, in this clip, we see a man with a huge bag, and when he empties the bag, there are hundreds of snakes in it. He caught them all, sorted them all with just his bare hands. No worries, and no F's given at all. Just the man and his snakes slithering everywhere in the wild. Though it is heard that the man was actually freeing those snakes. The fastest turtle. There were times when people used to think that turtles were slow, and slow and steady does win the race. But not today. Today, these turtles have learned to be fast. And not just fast, but the fastest. Look at it. If there was a record which I could give, I'd give this one for the fastest turtle on planet Earth. A scary encounter. Somewhere at a beach in China, a man happened to see a weird, sponge-like creature. He thought it was dead, or maybe not something living at all, and that's why he went to it and held it in his bare hands. But, well, the creature wasn't dead at all, and that is when we see it moving its hands and legs, or whatever that is, in a weird way. What can it be? A mutated starfish? Let us know what you guys think. A wounded elephant. This elephant was shot straight in the head and was bleeding. But of course, elephants do not know how to treat bullet wounds, so he approached the humans in a very cautious manner and showed them the bullet in his skull. The doctors were immediate with their actions and did all they could to get the bullet out and then treat the infection. Hopefully, the elephant must be doing good in the wild these days. The smartest orca. Now, orcas are the most intelligent creatures ever known. They not only learn quickly, but they can communicate with and comprehend people. However, what this orca accomplished was beyond amazing. A fish that had been provided to it as a snack was taken by the orca, who then hurled it toward the seagulls. The orca then waited till one of the unfortunate seagulls attempted to get the fish. The orca had utilized the fish as a bait, and it was successful in carrying out its strategy, and did so rather skillfully. I am seriously amazed by their intelligence and skills. Aren't you? A human-faced fish. This clip went viral in November 2019, and people were weirded out by its existence. Some claimed it was a carp with a human-like face. And also, this video is not fake, but it might be possible that it is just a carp, and the certain camera angle and its scales has made it appear like that. A depressed fish. What this guy filmed was something you surely would not believe if it wasn't captured on a camera. After seeing a fish about to die, the guy came up to it and decided to help, but the fish kept coming back to the dry land and did not want to go back into the water. Maybe it was depressed and wanted to end its life, or maybe it just loved the human so much that leaving him was not something the fish wanted to do. Snail eating carrot. Snails are already pretty weird and slimy and whatnot type of creatures. Usually they like to have fresh leaves, stems, and things like that for lunch and dinner. But these days, they have started loving vegetables. Like, look at this one, and how yummy it is finding the carrot that he's just not letting go of the thing. It looks more like a hamster than a snail eating that carrot. Am I weird because I'm finding this kind of cute? I don't know. Walking fish. On the 29th of May, 2016, this clip was posted online, causing a shock all over the world. People were amazed to see these fishes walking on land. We don't know how they ended up on the land, and we don't know how they were able to actually walk themselves back into the water safely. If it carries on like this, the day is not far when these fishes will rule the land, and we humans will have nowhere to go. Nonetheless, this is just a weird phenomenon which asks for proper investigation and the reason to be publicized. A bleeding tree. It is a tree that is indigenous to South Africa and is called the dragon blood tree or Sakota dragon tree. People are getting more and more fascinated with these trees because they appear to bleed when you cut them. Most people believe them to be mythical trees that only appeared in fiction until they actually encountered one. It might be nature's way of telling us to stop cutting trees. A fluff of daddy long legs. What looks like dust bunnies might actually be something pretty creepy and scary for some people. If you have arachnophobia, I'm going to warn you, this isn't something you are going to love watching, so maybe just jump to the next one. I'll give you a quick second. Go ahead. According to the man who filmed this clip, these are daddy long legs, and they come every year to his house when it gets chilly and wintry outside. They make their home directly above his heater's dent and get themselves warm right there. But this many of them? Even the man said he's seeing it for the first time. A cuddly moray eel. Moray eels are usually termed as the sea monsters or creepy creatures. Well, it's not wrong. They really do look very creepy and dangerous too. If I ever came across one, I would think it better to just stay away. But the scary-looking moray eel this diver came across was all in for the cuddles and snuggles. It did not mind the human patting and scratching it, and neither did it try to run away or attack. By the looks of it, it was more like an ocean dog than a scary, creepy monster. A weird home. Fish love the ocean. Well, of course they do. It's their home, right? But they never let an opportunity to have a unique home slip away, like these colorful, pretty fish did. 30 feet down in the ocean off the shore of Qatar, these little creatures have made a sunken car their home. And this artificial but naturally made coral reef has been attracting a lot of tourists and scuba divers. It looks really cool to me too. Do let us know what you think. Swimming with tadpoles. This camera captured the incredible moment when a diver was caught swimming with hundreds of tadpoles. He just thought he was going for a little swim at first, but he didn't know that he will actually be accompanied by this many small friends. Now, these tadpoles are at the larval stage of amphibian life cycle, and soon they will forget how to swim at all. But still, it's pretty nice to watch them. The undead bird. Coming back to life after death might be impossible for us humans, but it is something very much possible if we consider the case of this seagull. Some people were trying to give food to the tuna fish when this seagull thought it could just snatch it away like everything else it does, and accidentally ended up getting swallowed by the fish. Good thing the fish was in no mood for meat today and threw it out. Seagulls kinda deserve it, if I'm being honest. Don't you think? A golf ball bait. A giant alligator first came up to the golf course. Then it stole the golf ball. And then it had the audacity to just put it in its mouth and stay there with the open mouth and ball exposed. What was it thinking? That someone might come up to it to get the ball and it would have lunch? What are these animals even thinking doing things like this? Draco lizards. Call it Draco lizard or call it the flying dragon. This is the only real dragon, besides Komodo, yes, that you will see in reality. But do not be fooled by its small size, cause they might be tiny, but they can fly, like a real dragon. According to the scientists, for thousands of years, these Draco lizards have taken ground out of the equation and have adapted the capacity for flight. They fly from tree to tree to attract mates, find food, and escape from predators. It is definitely going to be my top favorite reptile for a long time. Wolffish. The voracious predators with large heads, powerful jaws, and large canine teeth are not something you will ever want to mess with. They look like something straight out of a scary ocean movie. Who said monsters don't exist, huh? And if you are wondering just how sharp their teeth are, watch this clip where the fish bites a can, and then watch this one where it tries to bite the fisherman. They are just deadly and ready to bite anything and everything they come in contact with. Unlimited kittens. Now, if you're tired of watching these creepy eels and deadly fishes, well, this video's gonna cheer you up. A man stopped his car when he saw a kitten in the middle of the road crying and meowing for help. He got out and picked up the kitten. But the second after he did that, a literal storm of kittens came out of the grass, meowing to be rescued. The guy was so stunned, as something like this isn't something which happens every day in your life. But just so you know, he did end up taking all those kittens back with him, fed them, took care of them, and most of them have been given for adoption too. A massive iceberg. A peaceful day on your cruise ship in the middle of the sea won't be as peaceful when you see a massive iceberg very near to your ship. They might have all drowned if it wasn't for the captain's sailing skills that he saved them all. A yawning turtle. Turtles can be the cutest at times. For instance, look at these turtles yawning under the water. Who knew they could do such adorable things? I mean, I certainly didn't. According to the scientists, yawning can be a way of getting oxygen in some cases. But in most cases, turtles are just tired, and that's why they do that. Penguins Poop Fest. Now, penguins are some weird creatures, and I'm sure you will agree after watching this clip. The fluffy, charming birds who can't fly aren't only fantastic at pretty little walks. Pooping is another activity they enjoy doing. And not just carrying it out as usual, but they're actually enjoying a poop fest. Every single one of them actually loves doing it, not just one or two. They do it frequently enough for astronauts to even witness it from space. That's bizarrely wonderful, man. The Flic-Flacs. You might come upon a little spider bouncing through the Moroccan desert if you go visit it someday. They are known as the Flic-Flac spiders, and they can be seen flipping down sand dunes. The way it utilizes its legs to produce enough strength to flip-flop here and there at first quite startled the experts. However, they discovered that the spider only tries to flee from a predator while doing so. It can speed up to 10 times faster with this technique than by simply walking. The incredible gymnast-like abilities, however, greatly impressed humans. They even developed a robot that mimics the actions of the spider. An exposed heart. This tiny turtle was born with an exposed heart. The experts said it wouldn't live long, but the owner knew that he had to do everything he could to save its life. The heart can actually be seen beating from under the turtle, and this condition made her more vulnerable and sensitive. It was 3 inches when the guy got it and started taking care of it. And now she's getting bigger, heavier, and healthier with time. All thanks to her dad's endless efforts and love. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.